Hey guys, your boy M6 here, and welcome to the first event of the Ricardo week. The first video to be specific. And that'll be a storytime video. So you may be asking, what type of storytime video will I do? I have a bunch of ideas of storytime videos so I don't have to run out. And don't worry, I'll do my storytimes more in the future, so stay tuned for more upcoming storytimes. But okay, so anyways, for this storytime video, if you already seen the title already, I'm gonna tell the story times of how I got each and one of my consoles. My Nintendo consoles to be specific. And remember that PS3 story time about the two PS3s which I unfortunately sell and the other one that got broken? Let's say that it's gonna be a similar video, but this time it's just gonna be me explaining the rest of my consoles, such as my Nintendo consoles, and explain how did I get them. So sit down, relax, and get welcome to this story time. Let's start the video with the pink DS, which did I have? But the DS with the cracked screen, as you may know of that one SC Season 15 video. But we're gonna start the video with the DS's. About the pink DS, I don't really remember how did I get it, but for what I know, my sister actually owned a pink DS, and at the end she gave it to me. But what about the coral DS? That was also mine. So I think my sister just put this in a shelf, and I think my dad got me the coral DS for me. And then I'm very sure he bought it and then for me. But then when the crack kind of damaged at the end, I ended up just finding my sister's pink DS, and at the end I ended up taking the ownership. And now I pretty much just own two DS Lites, to be honest, which I'm happy about and I don't have any problem, but whatever. Now it's time for the next segment, but first gotta move everything first. Hopefully they didn't crack anything, but the Wii, the OG Wii, even though it has been sitting here collecting dust because, to be fair, no one really uses this place that much, but this is the Wii that I have. So it's now time for the Wii. Oh, almost forgot to show the controller. That too. But okay, this time I can show you more detail. I remember yesterday, even though I wasn't born at that moment. So it was the year 2008 to 2009. And my family for Christmas at that moment decided to just go for Christmas to go to the US. And remember, I wasn't born at that moment, just to keep in mind. And my sister at that time, which she was young at that moment, she wanted a Wii for Christmas. So they go to the US and they travel, they have fun. And that's where the Wii came in place. In Christmas Day, they ended up giving the Wii to my sister. And then years later, after I was born, it ended up being owned by me. So that's how I owned my Wii. And I'm planning on doing a future story time which is about me going to several countries where I was literally just a baby. Like, to say the least, that white chocolate bar, like, to say the least. Which, while I was in the white chocolate bar like that little one, I ended up going to two countries, which, when I do the story time, I will tell you, but that's gonna be for another day. And unrelated, but you may start to ask, how did my family were able to afford literally a Wii? Because at those times we were like $200 at that time. And the whole trip, to be fair. And this has to do with the now extinct something known as Cadivi, where you can switch the Venezuelan currency, which is bolivares, and switch it to dollars with literally the most inflated prices ever. It's like winning the jackpot. But that's for sure. It contains some limitations, and actually is just imagine the payback pay later. That existed in Cadivi, where you can get the dollars and then you can later on pay later. That's what my parents will describe it. And that's how I'm very sure my parents paid all the prices of the trip and everything else. And sure, I'm planning on doing a Cadivi story time in the future. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, it's time for the next console. Now it's time for the next console, which is the 2DS. Which it has some dust, but obviously this is where the the place to watch live videos happen, or well, any other gaming stuff, or well, everything else. So yeah, it's time for the 2DS, which is actually a 3DS, but yeah, it's 2DS is just the model, but overall this is just a 3DS. So yeah, it's time for the 3DS now. So anyways, for the 2DS, aka the 3DS, this one I can actually tell that this was actually the first one that was fully owned by me. I mean, it wasn't later on given by my sister or anything. No. This is actually the first console that I actually 100% own. Well, the other consoles I also own them 100%. This includes the ones that my sister will give it to me because I full on own 100% ownership, to be honest, at this point. But well, this is the first one that wasn't actually given to my sister, and this was like my full-on, console, or well, handheld, but yeah. This would have been at the times of 2016 or 2017. And fun fact, in those moments I actually wanted a Wii U instead of a 3DS or 2DS. And I wanted that, but in those moments I couldn't get it because according to my parents it was way too expensive. So at the end I ended up switching it to the 2DS. But I will explain more about that information later on. And also we're gonna get to the Wii U later on. So yeah, stay tuned for the Wii U information. But yeah, let's continue. So yeah, it was Christmas 2016 or 2017. I wanted, the Wii U, but at the end my parents said no because it was way too expensive. So at the end, what was my idea at that moment? Get a new DS. And I actually kind of wanted the 3DS, but at the end I ended up choosing the 2DS. Why, you may ask? Well, it's because it couldn't fold. And actually, this has to do mostly with the DS correct screen, the core one. And also this somewhat has to do with the pink DS a little bit, but I was worried that maybe, I don't know, one day when I get like a 3DS or something, I could out of nowhere, lose the ability of playing with my DS because that kind of just gave me a bad sensation. So even though my experiences with using 3DS, before, as testing or something, overall, I didn't broke them accidentally, but I didn't want it to own a 3DS and then later regret it because, about the cracked screen and everything. Although in the future I'm planning on owning a new 3DS XL or just a normal new 3DS because to be honest, it's the new models that I want. So yeah, because I kind of need a new something, so whatever. So yeah, I was worried about me getting, get this cracked screen on my 3DS even though it's kind of impossible to do so. Well, I haven't really seen that much videos of cracked 3DSs, but it's just rare. But honestly, I was still worried, so I wanted to just get a 2DS for Christmas. So at the end I ended up getting, and guess what, in my Christmas card thing where I sent to the Christmas tree at that moment, I actually specified that I actually wanted the 2DS from Amazon, and that Amazon may be from the US. And how do I know this and remember this? Well, it's because one day when I was on my parents' room, I out of nowhere actually ended up finding that Christmas card out of nowhere. And you may be asking, why didn't you took it and just use it for this video? I was trying to find it, but I don't know where they freaking left it, and I don't know if they even threw it away or something. But dang it, they threw it away, dang. But overall, I wanted, the 2DS, from Amazon, and at the end I waited up until Christmas, and then at the end I ended up getting, my 2DS, and everything was happy. And now it's time for the most popular topic that you guys may know on this channel, which is the next console. Which is my Nintendo Switch 1, the number 1. We'll get to the Switch 2 later. And as you may know from this channel, I actually wanted to do a Switch 1 unboxing, but at the end I never did. Well, let's explain all the information. How did I get it? And yeah, everything. So yeah, you'll know everything about the Switch 1 now. Okay, so for the Switch 1, I always wanted it. Ever since 2017, I actually always wanted a Switch 1, but my parents couldn't get me, that at the time because it was way too expensive. And if you mix the words, Venezuela, my country where I live, and 2017, it kind of makes sense why they haven't bought me that in the first place. So anyways, I was looking at my closest friends, my classmates were starting to get their hands on the Switch 1, and usually I ended up visiting them, just to play with them a little bit, the Switch 1, and it was a good console and I definitely wanted it. But my parents obviously said that they couldn't afford it. So the years passed, then we reached 2021. Which, as you may know, my YouTube channel, I was starting to tease the fact that I was about to do a Nintendo Switch 1 unboxing because I actually wanted the Nintendo Switch 1 at that moment. And my parents even told me that they were about to get it on birthday. But at the end, after the days passed and after August 1 hit, they told me, no, it's expensive, so no, we can't unfortunately afford it. You're freaking telling me that I waited all of these days only so I can be told that I wasn't about to get it at that time? Well, at the end, I ended up accepting it, and I was, whatever, I'm okay with it, I guess. And you wanna know what's the painful part? That at the end, I literally just made a whole video of me announcing, the whole thing that I was about to do the unboxing on August 23rd, and it was going to be a special day. That I was about to do, everything about the Nintendo Switch 1. I mean, I was about to be excited about it, And you know what's the crazy part? I literally made the video of February. And yeah, that was the time that my parents told me, my dad told me that. But yeah, I waited a month, and after August 1 hit, they told me, no, at the end, we can't afford it because it's expensive. Like, bro, you told me that I waited months just for me so I can get the answer. But don't worry, guys, chill. I'm gonna explain how in the world at the end I ended up getting the Nintendo Switch 1. Just wait. And also the questionable part is that I told that everyone that the Nintendo Switch unboxing was canceled, but in the most out of context video, in a humanized video, and that doesn't even make any sense, to be honest. I would have announced it on a separate video and telling, I have unfortunate news, I'm gonna cancel the unboxing because they told me that they can't afford it and blah blah blah. And it was on the description, and if you managed to read the description at that time, then congrats, and I managed to, at least be pretty much one of the only people that literally just managed to read the description at that time. And imagine if you didn't actually read the description, and actually you thought, oh, the unboxing is coming in a few days, and then August 23rd happens, and then the unboxing doesn't happen. And also, unrelated, I have to learn, I literally in that moment, I had to learn how to use punctuation such as commas, dots, points, whatever. But luckily, I know how to use, commas, points, and, everything. I use them in my day-to-day, life, and honestly, they're important. Okay, anyways, continuing with the history of the Switch 1. So yeah, with the months, I still had the wish of, the Switch 1, I still wanted it. And then my parents told me a secret, which, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you. If you're, underage, I mean, you may not know the secret, and I will not tell you guys. You'll figure out in 10 years old or something, I don't know. And it has to do with a Christmas, secret, to say the least. And if you're over, 11 years old or something, you may know what I'm talking about. Well, and if you don't, it's best that you don't know, or I don't know, you'll figure out or by yourself, I don't know. When I figured out the secret, I was actually just kind of fell down, but honestly, I was kind of chill because, I don't know, about the Plain Rock videos, I mean, I kind of figured out, somehow what was the secret about. To be specific, in that Plain Rock, I mean, the 50 Ways to Break, the Xbox Series S and the PS5 digital version. And that's how I kind of figure out, the secret, to say the least, something like that or whatever. But anyways, I was kind of chill when I figured out the secret, and to be honest, I was kind of okay, to be honest. And my first instinct was, then if the secret is true, then give me a Nintendo Switch for Christmas. Yeah, at this point, I'm not even surprised at this point. I really wanted the Switch 1 at that moment. And my parents, again, came back to tell me that little was expensive at the time. Bro, you guys have to understand that literally Nintendo Switch has been out for already 5 years already. And if you told me that, it almost looks like you're literally breaking my heart and my dreams, to be honest. So I kind of crashed down the most commonest way, and just thought that if you guys are not gonna get my Switch 1, I would rather have nothing for Christmas. And me complaining that Christmas for love, for family, and it's true that I stay with that sentence, but for real, I literally try my best to be the nicest one in this year possible, and you're telling me, no, you can get the Switch 1 just because it's too expensive. Bro, I act my nice self always, and you're telling me that? It almost looks like being nice, it doesn't have any purpose anymore. And that's a joke, by the way, keep that in mind, disclaimer. Being nice comes with benefits if you treat everyone with that, maybe some donations. I mean, the smallest tiny of help that you need, I mean, it actually can affect the life how it is that we know it. And as long as it's a good positive, I mean, help or anything, as long as it's a donation or well anything, it actually helps, and even the smallest one can still help either way. And I know my parents were having some situations, I mean, on their work, and then they weren't paying them enough. And I know those issues, and I'm grateful that I still have my lovely parents that I have, and how they treat me, and how they teach me all the stuff valuable in life. And I appreciate them, and I love them. Anyways, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's continue. Anyways, as soon as I say that if you guys are not giving me my Switch one, then I won't ask anything for this Christmas. And then my dad got an idea that they will try their best to at least get the Switch one and everything. At that moment, I mean, it was actually happy for me because I was actually excited about me getting finally my Switch one that I wanted. And this is where we face some challenges so I can get my Switch one. At first, I wanted the normal Switch, and obviously I actually wanted, the blue and red one, the traditional one, the actual one that I loved. But then there was the used ones, and my dad told me that they actually found a brand new one, which is the Animal Crossing one, which is the blue and teal one that you guys see over there. And I instead wanted that one because the other ones that were blue and red were used ones, and my dad doesn't trust the used consoles like that new. And to be honest, I feel like if I was my dad, I would still even not buy a used console because to be honest, it's not the best, and obviously I love the brand new stuff, you know. And my dad told me that if I didn't want it, the Animal Crossing one, then I would get the Switch Lite instead. So I wanted that one, so I can at least have the actual Switch experience. And obviously I kind of love the Animal Crossing design, so I actually wanted that. Then at the end, we couldn't find the Animal Crossing Switch, so at the end, we were almost this close on getting the Switch Lite. I mean, not complaining about it. I mean, it was the cheapest option, but bro, I wanted the normal Switch. I wanted the Switch that can switch, and luckily that ended up happening because you'll see afterwards. So, anyways, that was like a pizza restaurant. I mean, a local one in my country. So I just wanted to go to the pizza restaurant because I kind of wanted pizzas to eat at that moment. And my uncle, which he was the one who was helping me while buying the Nintendo Switch in the US, discovered the Nintendo Switch OLED. And luckily, there was a blue and red model about to Switch OLED. And my dad and I got excited because we wanted, the Switch one, and this was like the closest thing we would get. And the best part, it was a better screen, better kickstand. I mean, it wasn't like the sufferment that the people from day one that had day one Switches that literally it got Joy-Con drift. The kickstand was awful. I actually would get the cool screen and everything good. So at the end, my uncle ended up buying it, and at the end, we ended up waiting for the shipment. And also, something that you guys have to keep in mind is that I was also teasing the unboxing video about the Switch One and everything about the model that I was getting. I mean, here's the examples that I literally just tried to tease it, you know. Anyways, as soon as it arrived, I actually got excited, and actually, since obviously I got the gift early, I said to just use it early. And by the way, don't ask me how do I get my gifts early, because this also happened with the Wii Fit, with the Amiibo, where I get the stuff early. Don't ask me. It has to do with the secret, but don't ask me, like for real. And at the end, I ended up enjoying my Switch, the games. I actually ended up having fun with the game catalog, and also the charger port. I mean, thing got damaged. We had to fix it, and then at the end, we ended up getting the game card slot. Which at the end, I ended up when I bought the Switch to finally fix the issue, which I'm gonna maybe explain in a future. Storytime video, in a future Storytime video, and maybe this will explain. And I will also in another future Storytime video, I'll also explain the prequel. So yeah, it's gonna be the sequel and the prequel. So stay tuned for those two Storytime videos as well. Dang, isn't it just me, or am I just announcing way too much Storytime videos and at least in this Storytime video? How ironic. But anyways, that's the story of, the Switch One. Now it's time for the next console. Now what's for, the next console is gonna be the Wii U. As you can see, their gamepad and, everything. As you can see, everything is there, it's charging, and this is the Wii U. And yeah, this is now its turn. And I also use the Wii mode on this one, but whatever. So anyways, it's time for the Wii U story now, how I got it. Okay, now we're going backwards because this is literally the Wii U, and obviously, as we know, the Wii U is older than the Switch, so we're just going backwards. But actually, I'm telling you guys not by the order when they were made. I'm actually telling you guys the order when did I ended up getting this. So that's why the Wii U is later, because I mean that I ended up getting the Wii U at 2024. So, anyways, let me start while explaining how did I ended up getting Wii U at such a later date. Anyways, it started by me suddenly, I mean, just wanting a Wii U. It's because I wasn't getting enough games of Switch, to be honest. I know I was complaining about that, but to be honest, they were $60. So honestly, my fever of the game wanting on Switch One, got chiller. And now when I want the game, I'm just chill, and maybe I can just use maybe some spare money, or I don't know, or I can just decide to buy or whatever. But in those moments, I really wanted to play a new game. I wanted to get it, and at the end, I wanted the Wii U because I mean, since I can mod it and I can get new games, it would have fixed well the issue. And let's not mention the fact that literally the games of the Wii U were literally legit the only consoles, I mean, where I cannot play the games. I mean, unless if it's on an emulator, but I really wanted to play other games such as Wii Party U in their native hardware. And that was like the only console that I didn't got the ability to play it on. And anyways, remember that in the 2016 or 2017 Christmas, I really wanted the Wii U. So anyways, I just wanted the Wii U at this point. So anyways, I asked my dad if I could, get it. Buy it with my own money because it was my money and I decide what to do with my freaking money. So anyways, since there was really not a new Nintendo console so I can get, so that was literally the only option I had, to be honest. Because the Nintendo Switch 2 wasn't even announced or even released at that time. Because it wasn't until the first days of 2025, such as January, where it literally got announced. So anyways, my dad just later on said, okay. And at the end, we ended up finding a nearby wall in Caracas, which is the capital city of Venezuela, where someone was selling a bunch of Wii U's, which are modded where you can download a bunch of free games on it. And obviously, since I saw that and it was like new, so I just wanted that Wii U. So yeah, I ended up spending my money on that. And few weeks later, at the end, I ended up getting my hands on the Wii U. And obviously, I enjoyed that console. I mean, I played games that I have never played before at that time. And now I was happy, and I can already say that I can play literally any any game of any console of Nintendo, to be honest. Because I pretty much include, almost all of them, which have the ability to play, any game of the Nintendo console, whatever. And anyways, that's how I got my Wii U. And anyways, it is now time for the last one, the recent one, which is the Nintendo Switch 2. So yeah, I'm gonna tell the story of how I got the Nintendo Switch 2 now, which is the recent console that I ended up getting all of them, the one that I got the recent one, and the latest one of all of them all. And I got this 1 year after it got released, so this is like the latest console that I ever gotten. So anyways, let's go with the Nintendo Switch 2 of how did I get it, the last one. Anyways, for the story of how I ended up getting the Nintendo Switch 2 is literally a long one. It started ever since it first got announced and then released. As soon as I saw the Nintendo Switch 2 being announced and then later released, I immediately wanted that console. But remember all the situations and all the problems that I had while getting the Switch 1? I for real didn't want to repeat that moment and ask my parents billions of months and then later happened I don't know, 5 years, and later ended up I only having four years of fun with that console where it's literally like the main console of Nintendo or something, whatever. So anyways, I didn't want it to repeat, the issues that happened while trying to ask my parents or getting the Nintendo Switch 1 overall. So what I had to do and what I thought about was saving up money. Which honestly, what I do is just save up money and my parents will help me get the money that I need for the Switch 2. And yeah, they ended up giving me money for my birthday. Then later on, even though I got sidetracked with some amiibos, and the Wii Fit balance board thing, I still ended up having fun, but I still ended up getting money from my other family members, not only on my birthday from last year, but also the Christmas from last year too. So at this point, I was just saving up. And in this year was the year where I mean, I didn't wasn't expecting it to be this year, to be honest, in my honest opinion. But since I'm almost about to birthday, I mean 15 years old, since that's an important number because that's like the biggest stage of your life where you can do your party and well, no one can tell you what to do on your birthday. So yeah, I decided to I mean, my parents decided to well just give me well the remaining money so I can buy the Switch 2 that I wanted. So yeah, at the end, I ended up well getting my money. I waited a lot of months, and well, I was actually ended up being happy. And then we later ended up buying well the Switch 2 afterwards in a mall nearby well my house. So this is technically one of the latest consoles.
Pero screw it.
This has to be one of the latest consoles that well I ended up getting in my country, to be honest. So at the end of I ended up buying it well in the mall, and then I ended up going home, and at the end I ended up doing video box video, which that's gonna be premiered in August 22, in the day before my birthday. Which that's gonna be a video which that will be part of the Ricardo week. So yeah, stay tuned. And that's it. Now that's it for all the stories of how I ended up getting well all of the Nintendo consoles overall. And well, yeah, anyways, that's it for the story time. Thanks for watching well this new storytime video. I know it's been a while since I literally done a storytime video. I promise I will start doing well storytime videos more often because there's a lot of stories I want to tell you guys, all the fun experiences that I have over life and what has been happening through me instead of just leaving well this channel well pretty much almost dead. But don't worry guys, more videos are still upcoming, so anyways stay tuned. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching and well, hope you guys enjoy well the Ricardo week. So anyways, thank you guys for watching and we'll see you guys later.